the couple of things that stood out to me. Let's start here. Erika receiving a brand new Porsche should have been a moment of gratitude or celebration. That's how we started this whole episode off. Instead, she barely acknowledged it, moved on without as much as a mention of how it even came to be. Was it a gift, a purchase, like a lease? Who knows? She certainly wasn't about to share, right? But what stood out more to me than the car itself was Erika's apparent bitterness, which came into focus later in the episode. In a room full of luxury and wealth, Erika's energy seemed fixated on other people's stuff. Like, coveting thy neighbor's goods was so cringe for me. The women weren't flaunting their wealth, they were sharing their stuff. And Erika's digs in the commentary carried an air of resentment for me. Rather than cheering on Garcelle's dating history, which included a roster like Eddie Murphy and Will Smith, she twisted into a critique. Her confessional jab, if Garcelle dated all these men, why didn't she marry one of them? It was steeped in judgment, as if Garcelle's choices needed to meet some unspoken standard of success. It felt like Erika was projecting her own insecurities onto Garcelle. Coming from someone whose financial woes and marital issues played out in front of the entire world, the snark felt hella petty and hateful. Erika's bitterness towards Garcelle not only reflects her own struggles with relevance, but also highlights her inability to recognize and celebrate other women's wins. I really think that Erika's unnecessary shade about Garcelle's dating life was foul. Garcelle was a sought-after star in her own right, and she had a kind of Hollywood dating history that most women would celebrate. Like, that's your homegirl. Why wouldn't you say yes? That was a reflection of her beauty and charm at the time. But Erika chose to frame it as like a failure, questioning like, why didn't Garcelle marry one of these amazing men that she dated? It's giving bitterness, not curiosity, to me. Not every relationship is meant to end in marriage, and Garcelle's choices clearly worked for her. Unlike Erika, who tethered herself to a man. Unlike Erika, who tethered herself. Okay. Here's the thing: not every relationship is meant to end in marriage. And Garcelle's choices clearly worked for her. Unlike Erika, who tethered herself to a man whose financial dealings became a public scandal, Garcelle made decisions that prioritized her happiness and her family. So Erika's digs, to me, feel like they're shade and more projection, revealing her own insecurities about her life post-divorce. And let's not overlook the audacity of Erika, someone who had once had the world at her feet, now acting like as if a woman's worth is tied to who she marries or the bag she carries. This isn't the Erika of old who commanded rooms with wit and flair. This is a woman grappling with her diminished status and lashing out at others who seem unbothered by their past choices. Garcelle, ever the class act, shrugged this all off. She didn't say anything about it, because why entertain the nonsense when you've already won? She winning. Girl, and it's not too late for you. I feel like most of the things that we watched in this episode could be cleared up with a trip to the therapist. A lot of these people's bitter commentary and inability to understand each other and the refusal to even look within is just daunting. This really honestly should not be the bulk of why we watch this show. Watching people who could very well invest in their own healing and understanding of self. You know what I mean? Like, of all the people that can afford a really great therapist to come in and just fix all this stuff, y'all our trip? How are you guys not running to therapy right now? With that being said, I'm just going to go back to being a little YouTuber. Thanks for watching. Appreciate ya.